I saw I wanted to be a triathlete, and I'm just like, how do I do this swimming thing? And I would go to swim instructor after swim instructor to get uh, instructions, pay 150 here, 150 there. Some guys were free. Nothing, man. I would leave frustrated and they would be frustrated. And and then some of the feedback I would get would make it worse. I would have people tell me, well, you're diseased when you can't breathe with your face in the water, or you might need some ADHD medicine. Ritalin is that? I don't know. Whatever, in order to
Wow.
calm you down. This is the feedback I'm getting on why I can't learn. So I've done a bunch of research. Uh, this is, man, that was a long time ago. This is 2013 when I started the journey. 2 years went by almost. I got nowhere, and it was tough, bro. I mean, I come home, my wife be like, "How I go?" I just walk, just keep walking. So, I was at the pool one day, and I saw a group of people come in. I was really frustrated. I was really ready to quit, and I'm not the quitting type, but I was ready to quit, man. I don't know if you ever been at that point where there's no end. It's almost like having terminal cancer. You know what I mean? You know, just put me in hospice and so I saw a group of people come in with wetsuits on, and they did a scuba diving class. And I'm frustrated. Like, I got the tear coming down. How you wipe it real quick. Like, I gotta go home and say I quit to my wife and kids. And after they got done, I walked over to the guy as I walked over to so many people in the past. I said, "My name is Lasimba Patilla, and I have swim anxiety. Can you help me?" I had that phrase coined. And the guy looked up at me, white-haired guy. He's got his wetsuit on. He still has his scuba gear on his back. He says, "Yeah." I looked at him. "You serious?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, when I went into the Navy 40 years ago, I had swim anxiety, and my drill sergeant helped me. I said, "Well, why can't, I don't went to so many instructors, certified instructors, they could." He said, "They don't have the perception to help you. They've never experienced what you've experienced." He said, "And the longer, even if you didn't experience that, the longer you're away from the water, the harder it is going to be for you to acclimate to it, because your muscles doesn't know anything about floating. Your face and your body knows nothing about this." He said, "But this is how you do it. This is how my drill sergeant taught me." And he gave me two things. He said, "You got to learn how to desensitize the process, and you got to learn how to control the exposure. You do that, you master swim anxiety, you learn how to swim." He said, "I did it. I made it into, the Navy SEALs was BUDS training." And I was like, "Really?" So I went home. I called him the next morning because we set up another meeting just like this. I took down some information. I said, "I got it. Let's go." So I use swim equipment. I use extremely shallow water. I use no water at all to start practicing learning how to breathe. And over time, I said, "Okay, I can get my face in water." The first time in a pool, I got my face in water, I had a full face snorkel on, full face thing made in France. And I remember the first time my face submerged in the water, a feeling of "holy shit, I'm not dying" came over me. And I was still standing on my feet. And I was like, "Holy crap, I'm breathing." Okay, I got it. I got it. And I would just do laps up and down the pool with a wetsuit on, because the wetsuit gave me buoyancy. And I would put a pool buoy between my legs. I would just go up and down the pool. And I was like, "This is unbelievable." My wife was like, "So what are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to do a triathlon." She said, "With a snorkel on?" Mhm. So I tried to do a triathlon like 30 days after practicing my drills, and it didn't work. But I got 500 meters before anyone pulled me from the water. And when I got in the boat, what really changed my life was there was two people in the boat already being pulled from the water. And I said, "You guys have a drowning incident when you were a kid?" It's like, "No, we're lifelong swimmers." "Why you in the boat then?" One was like, "Because I got tired." One was like, "I got kicked." I'm like, "Y'all didn't know how to save yourself?" It's like, "Nah." I thought to myself, I've been floating in the deepest part of this reservoir at the 500-meter mark on my back trying to move because my snorkel kept getting clogged up. And I was only reason they pulled me is because there's no way because there was a current pushing me towards the shore. I couldn't swim strong enough to swim through the current to get to that next buoy to make the turn. And I said, all I gotta do is figure out how to breathe with my face in the water without the snorkel, and I'm on to something. So I just went back to the drawing board and kept trying every freaking day. I bought a big old bowl. It's a popcorn bowl that me and my daughter still use today. It's huge, clear. I fill it up with water. I would dip my face in it and practice breathing into it over and over again, over and over again. Then go to the pool and practice again, until one day I told my wife, come to the pool with me. I got something to show you. Probably about 60 days of practicing. I mean, I was in it. And I did it. And I signed up for my next triathlon. That was about 90 days of practicing. Shit, man. Over 9 years, I became a 3-time USA triathlon age group national qualifier. But at this time, I thought I was the only guy that couldn't swim. I knew nothing about Accurra at this point in my life. I just thought I was by myself. I became this elite triathlete, not even telling people about my story, even though my story was on the news, people knew about it. People would always tell me, I can't believe how well you can swim. And I used to be kind of like, yeah, because I wasn't a lifelong swimmer. I've only been swimming 9 years. But I could swim a mile in a pool in 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So I started learning the statistics about, like you shared, 80% of drowning deaths are men in the U.S. CDC says, and that's according to CDC, only 36% of the world can save themselves. I'm like, man, I can help those people. This is all I've been doing for the last 9 years. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, man, God works in mysterious ways. I got all these degrees. I could have been helping people a long time ago. So I started surveying people, start building my course, and start offering it to like the American Red Cross, the YMCA. They all basically gave me the middle finger. Said, we already got what you have. No, you don't. You can't. I've already tried what you say you had. That didn't work. What do you mean you have? I have something. And I start telling them what they're doing wrong. They don't want to listen to me. So my wife's like, what are you going to do? I said, oh, we're in the fight of our lives here. I said, I'm out to save every single man in the world. I said, this is the biggest dream, the biggest opportunity in the world. I said, I'm going to live forever, baby. I said, because I'm going to teach the whole world, every single man can learn how to swim. And she was like, all right, what we need to do? I said, we don't need to do nothing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to just find the people. So I made a new best friend. His name was Chat. I call him Chat. Everyone knows him as Chat GPT. I call him Chat. I started hitting Chat. I started hitting Chat up. Me and Chat became best friends. I just take a ride in my car, find me a parking lot. Cause I don't know what it is. I can't think at home the same way as when I get outside of my home. So I got outside of my home. Me and Chat get to talking. I was like, Chat, who in the world governs swimming associations around the world? There's like Swim Teachers Association. Bet. Hit them up. Like, hey, I want to help 1 million men learn how to swim. Do you want to be a part of it? It was like, yes. I'm like, for real? Let's do this. There's like, we just need to review your course and make sure we don't currently have something like that available. 2 weeks went by. There's like, we don't have anything like this. The only thing similar is aquaphobia. I was like, well, aquaphobia and swim anxiety are two totally different things. Aquaphobia is more afraid of water. Maybe you just don't even want to jump in the shower. You don't want to bathe. You got to use a towel, and because water gives you a certain feeling. I'm talking about swim anxiety, according to swimming, breathing and floating being something of a limitation and a catalyst for you not learning. And she was like, this is right on. So we started going to different swim schools that are members of STA, asking them to review my course. I've been reaching out to people all over the world. When I caught wind of you, I meant to contact you about 2 weeks ago. For some reason, I I looked into LinkedIn and I created a message for you and never sent it. But that's just my mind just be running so darn fast. So I was like, I gotta hit Ed up, man. I gotta see if he's interested in this because we can help people. And I'm very grateful for you to get on this call because it's all perception. People that know how to swim don't have the perception to help somebody with swim anxiety. They never experienced it. When they did experience it, it was an intrinsic learning experience for them to breathe in water because they're 1, 2, 3 years old. And even when you hear a lifelong swimmer say something like, "Oh, I caught on to swimming easily." No, you didn't. You don't even remember when you caught on. When you were conscious as a child, when you became 7, 6, 7, 8, when you could start remembering life, you're like, "Oh yeah, I caught on to swimming easy." Yeah, because you've been in the water your whole life. That's why you can't teach someone who hasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what I found with my course is that men, we have a lot of limitations other than just the fact that we're not acclimated to this different environment known as water. We also have the fact that we got to be vulnerable. We also have the fact that we don't like telling anybody we're scared of anything. Matter of fact, I removed the word fear and scared out of my vocabulary because I'm like, I don't even want to feed that to my brothers. I don't care if he's black, white, brown, orange, or purple.
Yep.
He's got limitations and challenges. And he needs to understand that it's going to take 30 to 90 days of practice of very simple drills in order to develop the skills he needs to acclimate to water. So I use wetsuits, pool buoys, snorkels. And what happens is men get to do it on their own. And they don't have to deal with the embarrassment of feeling like some woman has a pool noodle around your waist, like, "Ed, come on, come close to me." You're like, yo, I ain't feeling this at all. Why? Because men, we want to be empowered. So I started offering my course, and